Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to Emnix Plays Path of Exile, Essence League Hardcore. Last time around we had a bit of a midlife crisis. We were scared that we were gonna die, and we've had a couple rough patches in those maps, so I went out, did some upgrades, changed a bit of our build. One of the items that I ended up picking up was the armor, which we picked up last episode. It's a pretty good piece of armor, but at the same time, this piece of armor cost us what, like 5 chaos, I think? So it wasn't that much. And then I picked up this helmet for 5 chaos as well. It gives us a lot more life as well as a lot more armor. The next big upgrade, I think, will probably be the shield. The shield armor can probably go up to like 1500 armor or something like that, just like our chest plate. So with all that armor combined, we have around 38% physical damage reduction. In combination with Arctic armor, that's another 11% less physical damage, and hopefully the only things we have to worry about now is maintaining our mind over matter. And like Curtis said, that was one of our problems. We didn't have enough mana regen, or enough mana in general, to take any big hits using mind over matter. So after we pick up all these life nodes, we're probably going to be looking at picking up some mana as well. And if I can get like a better jewel socket or a better jewel, that'd be nice as well. Besides that, I switched up my cast on damage taken, and I put in a frost wall. So that's another layer of defense. If something hits me, hopefully we can put a frost wall between us, which will stop them from getting in front of us and killing us. I don't know. I switched my golem from the cold golem to the stone golem, which is gonna give us some life regen. The golem is probably gonna still die a lot. I'm considering, just dropping the golem altogether, but we're gonna have to see. If I have to summon it too often, then maybe I just say, you know what, forget about it. But the decoy totem is still very important. Besides that, I don't think we changed anything else. Today, I feel like today's might be a good day to try and do Dominus. We should move on ahead, and I've been thinking that maybe I want to farm Dried Lakes a bit more before starting my map questing. So with all that said, let's try and kill Dominus first today. Hopefully we don't die to him. I mean, he's a pretty difficult boss as well. And I guess the only thing that's really scary about him is his smash. If we can avoid that, we're gonna be just fine and dandy. But yeah, let's go through all this stuff, and that'll be today's episode. But yeah, like look, our golem died again just from killing these normal mobs. Like I'm starting to think that. And to be fair, the golem's level it's a level 8 gem, right? If it's level 15 and it's still dying to everything, I'm thinking maybe I should drop it. So let's give the golem the benefit of the doubt. Maybe, because it's such a low level, he doesn't have much HP, and then once it gets to a higher level gem, the golem will survive. That could be it. So let's just sit on it for a while and see how it goes. But even when if the gem gets to like level 15 or something like that, and the golem is still dying all the time, we're probably going to be dropping the gem and looking for another option that's not golems. And that could be picking up something like power charge on crit with like a orb of storms or something, just to generate some power charges. That's an option. We're gonna have to see. Right now I like my current combo with the curses, which is enfeeble in temporal chains. It's very defensive, but it just makes our character a lot. It makes it so that I'm not afraid to stand here and shoot ice spears. I've had many occasions where even though your character is doing decent damage, or I guess not so bad damage, the fact that you have to run around and kite things because you just take too much damage is still a bit of a problem. So I'm hoping I can get to a point where I can just stand here and cast without worrying about getting killed by one shot or something. And to be honest, I feel like one One gem that could really help us, or one skill, would be something like Veil Discipline, maybe? Or Veil... Is there a Veil Clarity? I don't think there's such a thing, right? Veil Discipline might be good. And then, if we're gonna take big hits, you know, we just pop Veil Discipline, we have... All of a sudden, we have a really big mana pool. That might be the way to go. I mean, we don't actually have a Veil skill, and we should have one. At the same time, I want a reliable form of defense. Not something where it's like every 48 monsters or whatever we pop it once. I want something more reliable than that. I don't know, we'll have to see. I feel like we're still missing damage and we're still missing survivability. And that just... It should come over time with levels and stuff. At the same time, it should come... Like, the more levels you'll get, the higher skill gems you'll get, the more damage you'll do and all that stuff. But yeah, I don't think skill tree is gonna help too much over there anymore, since for the most part we've built out, you know, the majority of our skill tree. The rest is just about gear and gem levels. So I mean, this is what you see is what you get, right? Oh wait, no. Okay, I gotta make sure I don't accidentally level up the Frost Wall, because cast on damage taken only works for gems up to level 44, which Frost Wall is right now. So gotta keep that in check. Once again, our Stone Golem is dead. It's so annoying. Okay, well, our damage seems to be okay. I'm really sad that I lost my 5 link. I want it back. But we just don't have enough jewelers and fusings to do that right now. Which should be the next thing that we're going to work towards. Every league I say that, you know, we're going to work towards a 5 link or a 6 link or whatever. This league, man, I'm going to do it. I'm going to try and find some endgame gear and I'm going to 6 link it. And I think for us, the endgame gear either is something with a lot of HP, like a Belly of the Beast, or it's something with a lot of armor, which would just be like a really strong rare. Haven't decided which one I want to go for. I feel like if you stack up enough armor, it could be pretty good. Like right now, we have 4,000 armor. You add on a shield that gives you 800 more armor. We're going to be at 5,000 to 6,000 armor. If I just get 10,000 armor, I feel like that's a pretty good spot. You'll have around 30 to 40% damage mitigation for the mini hits. And then for big hits, I don't know. You're just going to have to avoid it somehow, I guess. The big hits, you just have to avoid it with pure HP, I think. Although, the synergy of Arctic Armor in combination with, you know, having some armor might reduce it so that, you know, we can... Like, typically, the bigger the hit, the worse armor becomes, but hopefully with Arctic Armor, even medium hits won't be too bad. The idea is Arctic Armor, I think, reduces the damage first, and then you calculate armor? Maybe I'm wrong about that. But if that's the case, it does make armor a bit more useful, and there's some synergy there as well. Oh, we're gonna have to see, though. We're gonna have to see. Overall, we need a character that doesn't die to a lot of this crap. Like, little hits, little physical damage hits, you know, being whittled away by something like that, that's no good. So hopefully, you know, in a couple more levels, by the time we're level 80, we'll have something like 5,000 HP. That's probably enough for hardcore. Obviously, you never know, right? Right now, every piece has some life on it. Like this one, 86, 58, 95, 82, 56, 96. Like, there's a lot of life on our gear, but we could always get more. More is always good. Okay, okay, we're slowly making it to Dominus. I mean, nothing scary has happened just yet. And they're not hitting us that hard either, which is, I mean, that's amazing to see after the terrible time we had in maps. Well, actually, I shouldn't exaggerate like that. I mean, overall, we had an okay time. It's just, I guess once our mana ran out, things got very problematic. Okay. There we go. But yeah, I can start to I can see that, you know, the biggest limiting factor we have right now is that mind over matter, it can't stay on all the time. We're losing too much mana, like more than we're regenning. So for the most part, I think what we should try to do is to get more mana and mana regen after we get those life nodes. Those will be like the big nodes that we have to hit. Oh man. Just a lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff we need to do. I kind of build my characters similar to how I play 4X games or like sim games or tycoon games, which is basically I build the infrastructure first and then I realize I don't have enough workers in order to... This is like a bad analogy. This is a terrible analogy. But I build the infrastructure first and realize I don't have enough workers to build everything. And what I mean by that is I walk over to, you know, the clusters first, and then... But I don't pick up the rest of the nodes. Like I didn't pick up this 5% life node. I didn't pick up all these 5% life nodes. You know, there are some armor nodes over here I didn't pick up. Like there's still a lot of stuff that I need to pick up. And I feel like if I pick those up first, before going to these big clusters like that are far away, I wouldn't have wasted so many points. But to each his own, I guess. I mean, for the most part, as long as we're not dying, I'm happy. If we're clearing slowly, so be it. This is our first hardcore character. Like I kind of expected to mess up a little. To be fair, I didn't think I would. To be fair, I thought I'd be dead by now. So, you know what? This is like the most successful we've ever been in hardcore. And that's not just like a groundless fact. I've played hardcore before, you know, not on stream. Before I started recording on YouTube, actually. And I would never make it to like level 40 or level 50. I think I always died like level 30 or something like that. So this is actually the most successful I've ever been in Path of Exile, which is amazing, really. Okay. All right. We're just so defensive. It's insane. And yet, being so defensive isn't enough. I don't know. I feel like if I played a more meta build, maybe we could have done better. At the same time, I feel like our struggles might be our own fault. Because I feel like, you know, if like a really good player like Zizarian or Etup or some, you know, one of the big players like or Ziggy D even, you know, if he tried to make a Frostbeard build, I'm sure they could make a good one. And yet, you know, we're here failing to even complete tier 3 maps. Well, I don't want to say failing to complete the map, but you know, we didn't do very well. So it's like we must be doing something wrong, or maybe our playstyle or our items aren't good enough. I don't know. Okay. Oh shit, I accidentally leveled the frost wall. God damn it. Okay, gotta make sure I don't level it. We'll try again. Desert map. Let's sell the gem. Okay, level 44. Make sure we don't level the frost wall. The fact that we still have so many gems that are leveling is insane. I guess it's because I switched up my gems earlier today. That might have something to do with it. Somebody wants a whirling blades. Sure. Where was it? Whirling blades. All right. Let's get this. And continue on our way to Dominus. Ah, oh, Golem died again. So annoying. Oh, it's actually quite late and getting tired. I'm actually such an old man. I get tired at like, well, it's 12:30. To be fair, it is pretty late. But even at like 11 o'clock, I was like, man, I should go to bed. Gotta work the next day. That's the one thing I miss, actually. I feel like when I was in university, I was like really good at staying up. Like I'd stay up till like 4 a.m. no problem. Now I don't want to do that. Like I stay up till 4 a.m. and I'm like dead. I can't even think. I don't know how I used to be able to do it. Once you get into like this habit of, you know, sleeping on time, and by on time I mean like sleeping at like 1 and waking up at like 7:30 or something, you this habit becomes hard to break. I mean, it's a good habit, to be fair. But I just, you know, it's hard to go out at night and stuff. My friends ask me to go out to a bar and I'm like, I'm so sleepy, I can't. Alright. Dominus time. I mean, so far so good. This was pretty easy. But Dominus is one of those bosses where you're like, alright, pretty easy, and then bam, you're dead. So let's not get cocky here.
Exile has tested you, my brother.
Please get frozen. Okay, well, they're not doing too much damage to me right now. I actually don't know what's going on. Let's just keep shooting. Halal the Terrifying is dead. Is there anyone else? What am I missing? Kali the Crazed is dead as well. There's something over there. Let's shoot. Keep shooting. Alright. Let's try and freeze him. Are you frozen? You're quite frozen. Oh, be careful here. Alright, I think we got him. Quite sure we got him. Okay. Let's try to freeze him from here. I mean, stage 2 should be easier than stage 1, but I guess you never know. Oh god. What happened to my totem? Sorry, bud. I'd like to sell you stuff, but a little busy right now. Okay. I mean, so far so good. I can't abuse my crit right here because he's so close to me and I have to be in the bubble. Alright, we did it. You know, comparatively, Dominus versus all the other crap we dealt on that Xana map, this was a lot easier. I don't know why that Xana map was so hard. Oh, but maybe these gear, all these gear upgrades has made it a bit easier as well. I don't know. I mean, having armor definitely helps. Okay. Well, we made through that. We made it through in one piece, which is good. Excellent, in fact. Let's get to Act 4. And then we can start farming dried lakes. You know, pick up a couple levels. Maybe get to level 74. Let's see, we're 72 right now. Once we hit 74, maybe we continue with our maps. I don't know. And this is a good chance to pick up that extra passive point in Act 4. The Deshret Spirit or whatever. And then when we get the chance, probably when we hit like level 85, we should probably do our Merciless Labyrinth. But right now we're probably too low level for it. I need more damage, that's the thing. And in order to get more damage, I probably need like a level 20 Ice Spear. It's level 17 right now. And I need a 5 link, more importantly. If I can get a 6 link, that's even better. Alright. One thing with this build is it really doesn't clear that fast. I had thought that all this crit would make it so I would one-shot everything, but that is definitely not the case. I'm hardly one-shotting everything. Anything. You know? The only thing I one-shot is this dope-ass whiskey in front of me. Or I guess it's scotch. Although, actually, no, I shouldn't say that. Someone's gonna get mad at me. You don't drink scotch in one shot. It's a sipping alcohol, you know? I'm classier than that. I understand it. I think. Although the one thing I do is I put some ice in my scotch. Some people say you're not supposed to put any water. Like maybe a drop of water. Ice is not allowed. But I kind of like it, you know? It tastes good. Alright. Time for this stupid bird. He actually does a lot of physical damage. Not if he's permanently frozen, though. Alright, this works. I wonder if I can permanently freeze Merciless Vole. That would be a good test. Just to see how strong we are. I mean, if we can freeze him, that's a pretty damn good sign. Alright. Temporal chains is really good too. Like the amount that they're getting slowed and chilled, it's actually a pretty big deal now that I look at it. All right. Highgate. Let's just run straight down to Dried Lakes. We don't need to talk to anyone. I want to fight Vol once, just to see how well it does. Oh, it's a ghost.
We must learn not to abuse your creations.
Gotta be careful of ghosts. They could get dangerous. But this seemed to be okay. Oh gosh. Okay. Enfeebled and temporal chained. Once they're cursed, they're really just so much weaker. And having, you know, like a bit of evasion, a bit of armor, they do less damage and like we're like harder to hit, so although preferably I would like to be pure armor. That's a given. We can actually leech a lot of damage too. I'm quite surprised. Like overall, I thought that we would. You can clearly tell we're very defensive. I hope nothing really bursts us. That would be bad. Okay. Man, this guy gets frozen for a long time. Okay. We are doing very well. Which is a given. I mean, Dried Lake is basically the entry point to maps, essentially. If you can do Dried Lakes, okay, now you're ready for Tier 1 maps. And Tier 1 maps, I think, are actually slightly harder than Dried Lakes. That just shows how easy Dried Lakes is. That's probably why everyone wants to farm it. There's like so much density, and yet it's so easy. This is like the non-map version of doing Gorge, essentially. Except Gorge is very linear, and Dried Lakes, I guess you just run in circles, but whatever. Same idea. Alright, Vol has to be here, right? Yeah. I mean, Mind Over Matter is helping a lot. It absorbs a lot of damage, which makes sense, right? Arctic Armor plus Mind Over Matter. That's a lot of physical damage. And then once I get that Ascendancy that lets me absorb 8, or that makes enemies do less physical or less elemental damage, we're going to be absorbing a lot more as well. Both physical and elemental. There was like a enemies nearby deal 8% less elemental damage. I think I'm going to be picking that up. Okay. Where the heck is Vol, though? Here? No. Isn't he typically around here? I guess I'm mistaken. Clearly I didn't run enough Vol or I didn't farm enough Vol last league. Which I didn't, by the way. I wasn't in Dried Lakes all that much last league. I just went straight into maps. Okay, if I were a gambling man, I would guess that Vol is past these pillars. And I guess my bet would have lost because I had always assumed he was like right next to the pillars. But I guess not. Oh, he is here. No, he's not. Shoot. Where is the man? The man, the myth, the legend. Over here? You'll I still gotta destroy the Feral Lord's animals, by the way. I don't even know where that is. We're doing really well in Dried Lakes, though. Everything is getting wrecked by my damage. Definitely in Dried Lakes, our damage is not lacking. And maybe it isn't even lacking in maps, and I hit like a bad set of mods and I wasn't paying attention, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. Frostbearers, gotta be careful of those. That's how we died last league. Okay, Vol has got to be here. Oh, that was close. Okay, so it looks like I cannot permanently freeze him. Oh, that hurt. I can't permanently freeze him, but I can get pretty darn close. Yeah, we still have a lot of damage. If we can do that much damage to Vol, I think we're in a good spot. Okay, let's head back. Okay, maybe I was getting worried over like a whole bunch of nothing. We're gonna have to see. Like, that was pretty good damage, I think. Fire damage adds fire damage, lightning damage adds spell damage. Meh. Okay. I don't need this. Got an essence. Oops. Have some extra currency. Do I have a hammer? Yeah, I do. All right. Mission complete. How much time do we got? It's 32 minutes. Let's hand everything in and sell this stuff. And I'm ready to call it not only an episode, but a night as well. Gotta hit the sack. I'm so tired. Open up the seal. Let's talk to my boy Oyeon. Oh, my girl Oyeon. What you got for me? Crimson, Cobalt, or Viridian? I don't know. Let's go with the blue one because it looks like... Let's go with the red one. Maybe it has life. Freeze duration, attack speed, and physical damage. Oh my god, guys. It's a glacial hammer. It's a glacial hammer jewel. Physical damage, attack speed, freeze duration, chance to freeze. That looks like a glacial hammer drill to me. Or ice crash, I guess. With staffs. Staves. Alright. Let's end it right here. So, our character is looking a bit better. We managed to tank one of those Vol hits. Even though we tanked it at the edge of his attack. And I'm assuming that the closer you are to his slam, the more damage you'll take. But still, the fact that we tanked it, it still means something, right? Alright. That's the end of this episode. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, as always, you can leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more updates in the future. Otherwise, keep in touch, guys. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.